The first part is actually setting up your material and the size of your material. So all we want to do is start a new project, and the first thing that comes up is it says set the size for your model. So my model is going to be 2.8 by 5, so I've already gone into some of these setups, but it allows you to pick that, and so it sets up your, so to speak, piece of material. But the one thing you'll notice is the origin is at 0, 0 right here in the middle, and if I look at my drawing, that's not where my origin is. My origin is actually off to the side. And so when I'm setting up, instead of having 0, 0 for an origin, my origin 0, 0 is going to be over here on this point, because I can pick that up, center off that hole right there on my blank piece, and then take off cutting from there. So first thing I got to do is move the origin. And so to move the origin, it's not very difficult at all. All you got to do is you either go to this button, which is set model position, or you can go to model and set position. And so what you want to do is choose with your cursor, and so when I input the location here, it's going to move that origin here. So when I import my drawing templates in, the vector files, then it's going to put them in the right spot. So let me just show you, if I have it on 0, 0 and all of my drawings are drawn where this is 0, 0, if I go to import one and I don't change the position, it's not going to import it correctly. So let me just go in here. I'm going to import a vector data, for example, and say I want to pull up the front holes. Now this old stuff, it won't use a drawing file, and so it uses a DXF. So when you're doing your drawing, you can do it in DXF or some of the old, file types. And so I got it drawn here in DXF. So this is the first pass. This is going to put the holes. So I haven't changed my origin yet, and when I import this and you click OK with all your settings, what it did is it imported it in the wrong spot. So it took that little circle that I designated as 0, 0, it put it right in the middle, but it's nowhere near where it needs to be. And so that's not going to work. We got to get it scooted over in our file. So let's go back. And what we want to do is we're going to create a new. This is the same, it always remembers. So there's our empty back. Now the first thing I want to do is change this origin location. So now let's go to model, set position, and so we're back here. So with your cursor, now what I want to do is, the model thinks that it's 0, 0 is right in the middle, and so right in the middle of my part is actually 2.5, and then it's down a little bit here. So what you have to do is subtract the 2.5 from the location, the 1.129, and so I got to scoot that origin over 1.371, and you got to play back and forth to see if it's negative or positive. So I know it's negative this way, and then also I got to scoot down negative this way. So all I got to do is on my x-axis, I got to scoot that over negative 1.371, and then the y direction I want to scoot down negative 0.212, so negative 0.212, and then I hit OK. And what it did, see, it scooted the 0 over to here, and it scooted the 0 up, and so that way my origin now is right here. Alright, so we got that done, so let's just save that. So we'll call it Rev 3. Okay, so now we got our part set up. Next thing we want to do is set our material. So I know this piece is 3/4 inch thick, so I want to go to material setup under toolpath and set up the material thickness at 0.75, and I'm going to be zeroing off the top. So I'll come down and set my tool on top, zero the z-axis in the controller, and then I don't have a bottom offset, so zeroing off the top up here is fine. Makes it a lot easier. And so now what that did, it doesn't look any different on 2D, but back here on the 3D, it made me a little 3D box. And so if I pivot it around, you can see my origin is over here instead of being in the middle now. So we're good to go there. Now we got our material set up, so now what we need to do is start importing some of the drawing files.